Good afternoon, sophomores. You should have just finished your do now that you see right there. Hoping that all of you got your homework done because we're going to dive in right now and look at our take-home test question 2. Sorry I cannot be in class today. I am again with my kids. I'm with my son today, so I'll explain more to you when I am back tomorrow. As you see, we are still on our chapter, the Neolithic Revolution and Early Agricultural Societies. Today especially we're going to be looking at our second essential question: what advancements in technology had the biggest effect at the time of the Neolithic Revolution and early agricultural societies? So let's take a look at our take-home question number 2. Now what I want you to do right now is take a look at our prompt, which is right here, and again this is argumentation, and our prompt right here says, which two of the following advancements in technology had the biggest effect in the time of the Neolithic Revolution and early agricultural societies? So we're going to turn this into a topic sentence. Now again, most topic sentences, if you see the prompt, you basically just kind of rephrase it into a sentence. So if we're looking at this, what you want to do first is, and we may have done this in class already, but if you haven't already, just take a moment here to circle or highlight all the key words in this question. You can pause the video and you can do that right now. Alright, now that you've had some time to underline or circle the key words, what we basically see is there's two advancements that make the biggest effect in the time of the Neolithic and early agricultural societies. So you're either going to begin your sentence by saying your two advancements, possibly plows and metallurgy, had a huge, let's look here, we're looking for, effect, yeah, so plows and metallurgy had a huge effect in the time of the Neolithic Revolution and early agricultural societies. Or we put something like, there were many tools that had an effect in the Neolithic Revolution and early agricultural societies. A couple of these, or two of these, were plows and metallurgy. So what you can do right now is go to here where it says topic sentence and try to write your topic sentence. Make sure it has two of your tools in there and that you're saying had an effect in the Neolithic Revolution and early agricultural societies. So let's pause this video for about a minute to 2 minutes. Then you'll write them down. And then when you're done, your instructor can have you compare and share what you have with your topic sentences with the person next to you. Once you're done doing that, your instructor can cold call a couple people to read their topic sentences out loud. So we'll just pause right here for about the next 6-7 minutes while you guys are doing that. Okay, after you have written yours down, compared and shared with a partner, heard a couple examples in the class, we should have a pretty good idea of your topic sentence. If you do not, come in tomorrow morning. I'll be in my room around 7:30, and you can show me, or you could come in even at lunchtime or structured study. You could show me your topic sentence to make sure that you have this down. So now that you have a topic sentence, and you should have your two advancements in technologies with some details that were from the reading, and you definitely should have enough details in the reading that we saw that we did last week. Now we are going to begin to write our paragraph for this question. So first off, your topic sentence will go first. Then you'll say what your first advancement is. So it'll say something like, plows were a very important advancement in the Neolithic Revolution. Then you'll give 3 or 4 details about plows, or whichever one you picked. Then after that, you can say your second one, like metallurgy, was another very important advancement in the Neolithic Revolution, and you may put your 3 or 4 details. This is the structure of basically what the paper is supposed to look like. So if our awesome instructor can hand this out while I am just kind of reading through here. Again, first spot right here, topic sentence about tools Neolithic Revolution, put that first. Then I put here, Here's my first sentence saying the first tool is important for advancing the Neolithic Revolution. Make that a good topic, a good way to bring up your first tool. Now I'm adding 2 or 3 details about the first tool. Since I'm adding 2 or 3 details, I'll have at least 2 sentences, but 3 or 4 would be even better. If I want a high grade, I'll add an inference based on my evidence. And that's where you put that if you want to get those 6 points that we talked about. If I want a high grade, next here, now I'm going to write about my second tool, saying that it was also important for advancing the Neolithic Revolution. Again, I'm adding 2 or 3 details. Since I'm adding 2 or 3 details, I will have at least 2 sentences, but 3 or 4 would be better. If I want a high grade, I'll add an inference. Now, this can be 1 body paragraph, like I told you. To make it a second body paragraph, that's all I do. I want to write it like 2 body paragraphs or 1. Choice is yours. I'm okay with 1 large body paragraph. I'm okay with 2 smaller body paragraphs. Either way works. This will be due, and you will turn it in when you walk into class tomorrow with your notes and everything. Looking at our rubric that we have here, again, you get 10 points for the notes. Those should be done already. You should have those 10 points and feel confident about that. If they're not, get them done. Okay? And now you have your 2 test questions. Each worth 20 points is 40. Now, let me go over the 4.0 option. Again, this is an option, but if you do it, you get 10 points. If you try it, you will get 1 point, at least, if you just try it. If you put an effort into it, you're probably going to get minimum, if everything goes bad, 3-4 points that will be added onto your rubric. So let's go explore that 4.0 option. Here is our 4.0 option, so let's look at this. And this is on your 3rd page of your take-home test. It says, define the Neolithic Revolution and give 3 examples of ways it changed the world. For each of these ways, provide 2 or 3 details. First, we'll start off with the topic sentence, which again says define what the Neolithic Revolution was and restate the prompt. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to give a definition of the Neolithic Revolution, and I'm not going to give that to you right now. We've talked about that many times in class. And you'll put the Neolithic Revolution was, and it changed the world in these ways. And you'll list your 3 ways right here. So how do I find these 3 ways the Neolithic Revolution changed the world? Let's look at our reading and our notes real quick. You need to look back at our whole reading or go back to your notes, and you need to make up your mind and be able to find this one on your own. That's why it's a 3.5 4.0 option. It's a little bit harder. So what's a way that the Neolithic Revolution changed the world? Maybe one big example I could give could be something like the Neolithic Revolution changed the world by giving us tools. Yeah, I know I could pick that one. Even though it's test question 2 is pretty similar to it, I could say it gave us tools. Then I could give some examples of some of the tools that are there with some details on it. How many details again? Well, let's go take a look there. 2 or 3 details, so not that many. So that could be one example I could put down there. Again, I can look back at the reading, and maybe I pick weapons for an example, if I can give 2 or 3 details about weapons as a possibility. Let's see here. I could talk about it changed the world by making humans work harder. That's a possibility, since farmers typically work harder than hunters and gatherers. I could put some evidence about that. I could put it changed the world, and I can use some things that have been here a little bit before, like it made the world not as equal as it used to be. So could I use some examples from previous test questions? Yes, you can. But I want 3 ideas that you're coming up with, how the Neolithic Revolution, what it was, and 3 ways that it changed the world. Make that into either a large paragraph, and I'm totally okay with that. If you wanted to go with 3 paragraphs, you could, but I'm not going to give any more explanation on this one. 3.5, 4.0 options sometimes be a little more hard, a little more independent, you have to do on your own. My advice is go for it. If you want to come in, again, 7:30 in the morning, talk to me about it, show me you can. If you want to get a pass to come to my structured study tomorrow, you may do that. You may also see if you can come in for lunch, All of these are options that are open to you. Please take advantage of one of them. That is our 3.5 4.0 option. Again, homework tonight. Homework tonight is you turn in your notes from 1.2, you turn in your test from 1.2, and the graphic organizer. They will be graded tomorrow. Turn in all your work. It's out of 60 points. Turn it on time so you get at least a 3.25. Well, turn on time and complete with all of your work put into it. Remember last time? Every single student who wrote both test questions, took all their notes, and did the website passed on the first time. I'm willing to bet if every student puts their work in, does both test questions, does the 4.0 option, and turns their notes in, you're 99% chance you're going to pass if you worked hard. All right, let's move on. We're going to do 2 more things today, and if there's any extra time at the end, your instructor can let you start writing your take-home test, question number 2, and or the 3.5 4.0 option. Right now, our instructor will pass out our Unit 1.3. We are on our next chapter, Chapter 1.3. First thing you notice, as it's being passed out, is the rubric is the exact same amount of points. And there's a website question that will be up shortly. The website question will probably be posted tomorrow or the next day. If it's not there, you may bother me. Talk to me, send me an email saying, Mr. Wood, where's the website question? Make sure I get it up if it's not there. All right, first step is here. Once everyone has the 1.3 packet, here's what you may do. You may, with your partner, read this whole paragraph right here. And with your partner, write down the first sentence, rephrase it in your own words, the last sentence, and a summary. And you may begin doing that right now. The instructor can pause this while you work. This should probably take you about 4, 5, maybe 6 minutes. Go for it. Now that you're done, let's move on to our last thing for the day, and that is this map right here. Take a look at it, and why don't you do all the steps except for C. Do O, P, T, and I right now. Do O, P, T, and I. Relationship parts with the other, the I. Remember, that goes with basically what all of these things have to do with each other. Hint, hint, focus on this trade routes one right here for interrelationships. So go do O, P, T, and I. Start on your own, and go ahead and do that now. And instructor, please pause this for about 2 minutes so the students can get it done. Okay, now that you're done, why don't you compare and share with the person who is next to you. Go ahead and do that now and take about 1 minute to get that done. All right, next we're going to work on C, which is context. Context is kind of like the era or what we're studying about in history. So to get context, the way I do this by cheating is, we haven't really shown you the chapter title yet. We'll go over that tomorrow. But we can look, it's up here in the top of the packet. And our chapter is 1.3. I'm in the way there. There. Our chapter is 1.3, the development and interactions of early agricultural, pastoral, and urban societies. Agriculture, farming, pastoral, people who travel around with domesticated animals, that means animals that aren't wild, like goats, sheep, etc., use their fur, milk, eat them and stuff. And urban societies are cities. So, how farming, pastoral people started, urban societies, and how they interacted and developed. How does this map show you how early societies started farming, cities, and pastoral people who moved back and forth? How do we get that in our context? So, when do you think this map was created? That's not as big of a deal. Let's really focus here on how does this map fit in with early agricultural societies, urban societies, and pastoral societies? How does it go with that? Why don't you fill out context with your partner right now? I'm going to pause the video. Okay, that context one might be tough. We are going to go over more of that one in class. Okay, this is all the work we're going to do for today. Now, for your ticket out, for however much time is left right now, you may work on your take-home test paragraph 2 and the 3.5 4.0 option. You may work quietly till the end of class.